Welcome everybody. I'm here to cover the final and probably most popular and most drastic buff / change for the Kalos starters, being Greninja. Yes, Ash Greninja now functions as a Mega. Yes, Greninja is quote-unquote buffed. Don't freak out. I was going to say don't panic and freak out at the same time. Don't freak out if you are new here and you just happen to be clicking on this video because you like Greninja or you just saw it and you recommended. This is not your average run-of-the-mill ROM hack. I've reworked 600 plus moves and buffed and changed them all, and you can check out all of the very detailed move buffs and changes in the description below on the Google Sheet. Same Google Sheet that I'm sharing right now, and every single Pokemon has been given massive reworks and buffs. I mean it. Like it's definitely nothing that you've seen before, and because of that, Greninja, I wouldn't say needs buffs, but it warrants a buff, just because every Pokemon is great, and you know, Greninja still wants some new tools to work with, and it's all balanced for in-game. That's another disclaimer. None of this is balanced for competitive play whatsoever. Well, every single one of these buffs and changes will be absolutely unreasonable in a competitive setting, and I know that. I might have a showdown server one day, but it would be for fun, and you could maybe make some semblance of balance, but I think the main issue would just be the sheer variability in what every Pokemon can do, because every single Pokemon, including Megas, has two viable abilities that I have designed so that you switch between them with the Infinite Usability Capsule. Not to mention they are supposed to not overlap with other Pokemon of the same type. In this case, there's a lot of Water Dark types, so I have to be careful with that. Hence why, you know, Crawdaunt changed its abilities and Basculin is back to building all that other crazy stuff. You know, a lot goes into planning this. So yeah, Greninja, awesome abilities, great stats, great move pool. As always, he is an absolute glass cannon. He hates the prevalence of moves like First Impression and Sucker Punch and all these other strong priority moves that basically every Pokemon gets. That definitely keeps him in check, especially in game. You cannot stay in on a move like that. You have to pivot in. He's a frail Pokemon, although having that immunity to Psychic does help it switch in a lot of cases. In general, it's still difficult to get it on the field. You have to use, well, not difficult. It's difficult if you don't play smart, but you know, there's switch moves on every Pokemon. Every Pokemon has U-turn, Parting Shot, or Volt Switch for the most part, so you can just pivot in. But you gotta be smart with using frail glass cannons like this. And there's tons of Pokemon that are much stronger. Excelgor has the same ability, has 3 less special attack, 5 less attack, but 40 plus high, 33 more speed. And arguably, I wouldn't say a better dual stab combo. I actually would not say that. That was probably not true. But Bug is much better offensively now. But in general, my point is there's other faster. Ninjask is even faster and also very strong. Like there's tons of fast, quote-unquote, Protean Pokemon. Protean being versatility, by the way, if you are new here. You can check out all of the custom new abilities in this hack. They're all just renamed so that I can give them the more Pokemon versatility, you know, being another example of that. There's a couple completely custom ones like Rapid Fire, but those are different videos. So yeah, Greninja, great abilities, versatility, and Technician. Technician is, you might look at that and be like, well, what's the point of using it over Protean or versatility? There's a lot of Technician boosted moves. So Fury Swipes, which is stab, very powerful, 25 base power per hit. You've got Pummel for that fighting coverage alongside that dark stab. You have Priority, which is not the best on Greninja, especially the early level up ones, like the weaker ones. Those are probably better on like Froakie and maybe Frogadier. But you're already fast as hell on Greninja. You would only ever want Priority in the form of Sucker Punch or First Impression, which you can just teach via TM. First Impression is Technician boosted, Finishing Blow is Technician boosted, Knockoff, Night Burst, Dismal Cry, all these great moves are Technician boosted, and most importantly, at level 60, you get Technician boosted Surging Strikes, which basically every physical water type gets Surging Strikes, basically every physical dark type and Ruthless Pokemon gets Wicked Blow, so this is not like favoritism for Greninja specifically. Every Pokemon, these are much more widely distributed moves. Same goes with all these other cool new moves that you see. But yeah, Surging Strike's very powerful in Technician, much definitely worth using over versatility, because Water Dark Stab is already very good, you know. And Mega Greninja, aka Ash Greninja, is the only stat buff I got was just speed, because it was already based out total wise worked out pretty well with all the other starters being 550. That speed boost is really helpful though. The speed tiers in this game are a lot higher overall. Maybe not overall, but like the fast Pokemon are a lot faster, I could say. So, and also keep in mind the priorities everywhere, so it's not as big a deal, speed anymore. Speed is not as important, but especially because it's in-game, so you can always just teach a priority move if you need to outspeed something specific. But yeah, the speed is still great. It's pretty damn strong. There's a lot stronger Pokemon. Mega Greninja is technically not even stronger than Base Greninja. Technician Surging Strikes with an item is stronger than Mega Greninja Surging Strikes, while Base Greninja with like any boosting item like a Life Orb is probably doing more damage with coverage moves with versatility. With Stab, you could probably argue Mega Greninja is still stronger, but the main allure of Mega Greninja is the two cool abilities. No Guard, I actually was dancing. I wanted to give them Expertise, which is Parental Bond, but I opted for No Guard instead, just because I feel like I haven't been giving that many Pokemon No Guard, because it's kind of poopy in this hack, because every inaccurate move is much more accurate. Most moves are like 100%, and then there's like, you can literally see a list on the move sheet down below. Sorry, the ability sheet down below in the description. You can check out Sixth Sense, which is an accuracy boosting ability, and you can see all of the inaccurate moves. There's not that many of them, but you still have a good array to choose from with No Guard. On vanilla, like non-mega Pokemon, it's kind of useless in some cases, because you can just hold a Wide Lens if you want to run a stronger move for a specific boss fight, but Megas can't hold a Wide Lens, of course, so, which has been buffed, by the way, 15% boost. But yeah, No Guard's great on Mega Greninja. Nothing too crazy. The main thing here is just the stats and the speed. He's just an absolute glass cannon. But yeah, you have Stab with Hydro Pump, 90% accurate. Whirlpool, 85% accurate. Those are both 120 and 130 base power. You have Hell Thrust and Night Daze, which are the same power, just physical versus special. You have Gunk Shot, Power Whip, Sludge Wave, which are 90% accurate coverage moves, which are really good. Blizzard, 85% accurate coverage move. Focus Blast, 85% accurate coverage moves. So you've got great coverage. Great coverage and great dual stab moves. Wicked Blow, 90% accurate. So all those Surging Strikes, 90% accurate. Like I said, a lot of their moves are 90% accurate. So having that No Guard on a frail Pokemon is really nice, because in competitive, who the fuck cares? 90% accurate is like not the end of the world. But in game, which is, again, this is slightly balanced to hardcore Nuzlocke, missing, especially on a glass cannon like Mega Greninja, is a death sentence. You're dead. If you miss, you're dead. Which is why I would never run Surging Strike that we could blow on Mega Greninja unless I was running a Wide Lens, which you can't on a Mega, so that's why No Guard is useful. All right, that's the summary of that. Proficiency is Beast Boost, so that gives you, their stats are very, their attack, special attack, and speed are very close together, so you can EV your specific Greninja to get a speed attack or special attack boost depending on the situation. That's really cool. I also think it's kind of flavorful because of how Battle Bond works in Gen 9 now. I thought it was kind of a cool little homage to that, but mostly just because it fits really well. He is obviously pretty proficient. Technician also fits, he's this little ninja guy, he's like tactical and stuff. Versatility is obviously fitting. No Guard, obviously fitting for this like fast ninja type guy. Technician is great early game on the pre-evolutions as well, because you have stuff like Bubble Barrage, Water Pulse, Knockoff, what else? Aqua Jet, Bubble Shot, Shadow Sneak, Quick Attack. You got tons of Power Up Punch. You've got good Technician moves. Rock Tomb. So yeah, you've got good Technician moves for sure. Low Kick, Grass Knot. Those are both technically also Technician boosted. So in general, or at least they can be. Also Psychic might seem weird. I think it's kind of stinky and smelly, but I put it on anyways because he learned Extrasensory normally. And I was giving other Pokemon that got Extrasensory Psychic, like Exploud, Typhlosion. There's a bunch of other Shift Tree. Like there's a bunch of weird fucking Pokemon that get Extrasensory. So why not just give them Psychic too via TM? Because TMs are reteachable, level up moves are not, at least until the end of the game. So having that Psychic TM makes it worth it, versus if I just put Extrasensory as a level up move, you're never gonna fucking teach that. It's never gonna be worth it. Maybe right before Hollow, but they don't even have versatility, so like what's the point? It's just run the Bubble Barrage. It's something that probably does more. So yeah, it's a little bit of a situational thing. I understand Psychic is weird, but it's fine. Aura Sphere fits very well in my opinion for this ninja Pokemon. It can throw those little spheres from its hands and stuff. Great utility, fast Parting Shot. You got stuff like T-Spikes, U-Turn, all those nice moves that Greninja already took advantage of before. Finishing Blow, like I said, is great because of how fast you are. Also, I didn't cover Bubble Burst as well. That's the same power and accuracy as Night Daze and Health Thrust. So those are 95% accurate. So it's not even that bad to begin with. Bubble Burst, Night Daze, Health Thrust, and maybe one more 95% accurate move, Rock Slide. Yeah, the rest of them are all 100% accurate besides the ones I listed earlier though. Hydro Cannon, Twilight Cannon are great nukes. You can also use those in conjunction with crit moves. For example, Twilight Cannon plus Wicked Blow is really cool because you can use physical Twilight Cannon, drop your attack and special attack by 2, and then Wicked Blow and crit right through it. Maybe not worth the 2 move slots, but for a specific boss fight, you could totally abuse that. Yeah. Oh, also Acrobatics is technically also Technician boosted. like I said, first impression is, so yeah, they've got a good Technician move pool, but Fury Swipes alone makes it worth it over versatility, and then later on, like, you know, late game, once you get the Pony and you got Surging Strikes, then Technician is definitely worth it over versatility. That's by design. I want you to switch between your abilities. So yeah, honestly, I'll leave the video off there. Early game, they have nice utility as well. Mud Sport just in time for a electric type route boss. Water Sport just in time for Totem Marowak. Priority Haze. Z Soak, which gives you plus 2 special attack and is pretty nice for totems and stuff. Of course, they also have set up like Nasty Pot and Swords Dance, which would be absolutely ridiculous in a competitive setting. Although, honestly, with 1 PP, settings are kind of volatile and competitive if this was to be put in a competitive scenario. But in game, there are tons of anti-setup things. So on a frail Pokemon like this, priority alone checks him, but there's also priority moves like Whirlwind, Roar, Topsy-Turvy, and Heart Swap, which will completely shit on any setup Pokemon. So yeah, you got to keep those in mind while you're trying to set up versus the AI. In general, a couple other fun things. Z Camouflage gives you an Omni boost and changes your type to match the terrain, so you could use that with like grassy terrain, grass knot, or something. I guess I could give them Nature Power just for Camouflage. Could be kind of cool. Yeah, I'll throw Nature Power on there after the video, even though it doesn't fit that well. It's just cool for Camouflage with the terrain. But Psychic Terrain Psychic and Grassy Terrain Grass Knot are also there. But yeah, pretty cool. Great, like you know, you got other strong moves like Close Combat and all those others. Play Rough, which I give to every starter Pokemon, and also just tons of new Pokemon in general. They've got all types of great new tools to work with. Nothing too crazy, just a strong glass cannon. There's tons of them in this hack. Nothing too special, just a cool Pokemon. And I think functioning as a Mega is pretty cool. There's only 1 or 2 more planned. There's one for sure, and there's one. They're both Kalos Pokemon, by the way. There's none in Gen 7 that are planned to be Megas, but I'm not positive about one of them in Gen 6. I got to test it first to see if the item still works or not, but one of them is definitely for sure going to be a Mega. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Hopefully these buffs and changes and explanation was informative and entertaining. Let me know in the description. Excuse me, I say this every time by accident. Comment section down below. Let me know down below what you think of the buffs and changes. You know, thank you so much for listening. Peace.